Greetings, teacher candidates. I wanted to take this opportunity to review some of the work we did in our last class session and to help clarify the learning target and the purpose of what we did as you begin to navigate your assessment plan based on the learning goals assignments that you handed in. So I want you to remember that the learning target for last night was simply to introduce you to this assignment 2 and the whole idea behind an assessment plan. We did not expect you to walk out of that class having a deep understanding, but a cursory understanding of the work. So the first thing I want you to do is to think about what we did last night as a pre-assessment for you and your peers. So think about how we went about last night's class. We gave you a rubric, we gave you an exemplar, we asked you to think about and evaluate an assessment plan that was already submitted. We gave you an opportunity to look it over, to ask questions, to try and clarify what was coming. Now, the way we did the pre-assessment for you is a little different than how you're doing the pre-assessment for students. However, the idea is the same. We have to allow our students to see exactly what's coming in terms of assessment. We have to allow our students to play with the rubric, to try and incorporate it without our help. So hopefully you will see that a main idea behind what we were doing with you last night was to get you deeply involved in the assessment process. You had the opportunity to see exactly what you have to do for this assignment. You had the opportunity to see an exemplar of the work. You had an opportunity to interact with the rubric, to see the strengths and weaknesses of the rubric. I hope you see that what we're trying to eliminate by doing this kind of work is the surprise of what's coming for the assessment. We don't want any gotchas in the assessment. We want the assessment plan to be clear to the creators of it and to our students. I absolutely love what a couple of your peers stated at the end of class when thinking about what we went through last night. The assessment plan, the assessment process has to be unambiguous. It has to be clear. It has to be clear to us, and it has to be clear to the students. The learning target must be well known to us. We must have evaluated, thought about it, and be absolutely sure what we want students to learn. And then the performance, or what the students are going to do, has to match that learning target. And that performance has to have clarity, so the students know exactly what they have to do to demonstrate that they learned. There is one thing that we can all be sure of. If we are not clear on what the learning for the unit is, the students can never be clear on what the learning for the unit entails. So now let's think about how what we did at the first part of the class fits perfectly into any assessment plan. What did we allow you to do? With specific feedback, we reviewed the strengths of your work. We reviewed what needed to be improved. We took time in class to help you understand our comments. And then we ask you to resubmit your work. This approach to learning, along with the very clear and unambiguous assessment plan, along with getting students involved in the assessment process, results in increased learning for all students. And this is what we're after as teachers.